All right, so let's get started. So welcome again. My name is Davian Hill, and I'm the owner, co-founder of Smart Growth Marketing. And in this video, this webinar, we'll be talking about the power of utilizing Facebook videos. And we know that video today is a powerful medium of communication. And so we're going to jump straight into it and share some really powerful information that can help you to grow your business in 2018. All right, so here's what we're talking about today. Here we go. So today you're going to discover a simple three-step formula to attract, convert, and close more sales with Facebook video. So if you are a business owner, entrepreneur, of course, utilizing video today is going to be a powerful way to be able to generate sales, connectivity with your audience, and real engagement with the audience on social media. So I'm excited to share the details to you about not just only getting more visibility and of course more connectivity, but how to really attract and convert and close the sales. And that's really ultimately why we all are, marketing ourselves. So why is video really important? I want to share some really cool stats to you. By 2019, internet video traffic will account for 80% of all consumer traffic. So what does that mean for you? It means that consumers are looking at multiple mediums and they're choosing which medium they want to engage with to receive information. And so we're seeing a trend with videos because videos get an opportunity to connect and build a relationship with the audience in a very, very unique way. And so we're seeing that there's a huge trend towards consumers using videos or watching videos to consume content. So you as a business want to make sure that you are using the preferred medium to connect with your audience. So if you're not doing that, of course, you will end up losing business to the competition. So you certainly want to make sure you invest in videos. We all use emails to market to our clients and prospects. And what we're seeing is that an initial email with video actually receives and has more click-through rates than an email that doesn't. In fact, up to about 96%. So having videos as part of your overall marketing mix with emails is going to be powerful in terms of getting you more visibility. And what does that mean for you? It means more people watching your videos, more people seeing you, more people engaging with you, more opportunities for conversion. Then one of the big mistakes we see individuals and companies making is they're posting YouTube links or external links to Facebook. Well, Facebook wants to keep everyone inside of its environment, inside of their ecosystem. And so uploading those videos directly to Facebook will give you 10 times higher reach than actually posting external links. So very important not to be just posting those links from YouTube or any other source into Facebook. You want to upload them directly to Facebook to increase overall reach. And here's another reason why. Social videos generate 1,200% more shares than text or images combined, okay? So when you look at all the different ways you can post on Facebook, whether it be text, whether it be images, video is going to be the one that's going to get you the most reach and engaging right now. And we're seeing that heavily with Facebook Live being the #1 medium that a lot of businesses are using and brands are using have success. Here's the reality, okay? I want us to really look at what's been happening on social media in terms of getting real results. There's a lot of companies that's been using social media over the years. And, Social Media Examiner did a study of over thousands of business owners. And what they found was that 70% of all brands that use social media, they see no real return on the investment, right? So there's a lot of posting, there's a lot of engaging, but unfortunately, there's not a process to be able to take a prospect to a funnel that leads to an ultimate sale. So why do you think that most of these brands are not seeing success? And it really comes down to one of my favorite quotes that comes from Wallace Wattles. He wrote a book called The Science of Getting Rich. And Wattles says something that really speaks to the foundational principle as to why many business owners are not seeing great success on Facebook and in social media. Here's what he says. He says, people don't get what they want by doing certain things. they get what they want by doing certain things in a certain way, right? So what he's saying there is that, listen, you can have a website, you can have a Facebook page, you can have, you can be on Google, right? You can be doing all these different things, but it's not just the certain things that you're doing, is doing those certain things in a certain way that's going to get you results, right? So there's a hidden order, if you will. There's a certain process. There's a way in which you engage on social to be able to take someone who's never heard of you, a prospect, and go through a process where they ultimately become a client, patient, and or customer, okay? So this is what we want to talk about today. But before we introduce those steps, my 3 simple steps, I want to talk about this concept of social selling, because what we must know and understand is that, people are not on social media looking to buy things. They're there to connect, to build a relationship. One of the analogies I use is like going to a networking event. And if you're at a networking event, whether that be a chamber event, after hours, people are not there looking to buy something. They're there to socialize, right? And to build relationships and connect with new people. And so is there an opportunity to make a sale? Yes, but the way you approach those individuals will determine how long the relationship will last. So you have to understand, on social media, people are there primarily for social intent. And there's a factor of human nature that people really hate to be sold, but they love to discover new things, and they do love to buy. So again, if you're at a networking event and you approach people the wrong way and you try to sell or give them your business card and say, hey, if you need my service, give me a call, that's going to be the wrong approach, right? So again, it goes back to what Wallace says. There's a certain way that you do things that gets you success. So governing philosophy, SMART, is that you serve to sell, all right? And serving is all about adding value. And I love what Albert Einstein said. He says, don't focus first on being a person of success, but first focus on being a person of value, right? Because, outcomes such as clients, patients, customers, money, success is an outcome of what? Adding value to the marketplace. So our governing philosophy is you serve to sell. And that's basically the overall process of getting you the results that you need. But more specifically, I really want to break down this concept called the buyer's journey, because it's important to understand, yes, what's happening on social, how do you operate in social, but also you want to understand what every customer goes through. What is the buying process that every customer goes through, and how do you engage with them? Yes, serve to sell, but how do you serve them in the step-by-step process that they go through before they make a sale? So the buyer's journey is a 3-step stage that every consumer goes through before they actually purchase a product, whether that be furniture, whether that be a new appliance, whether that be a candy. Everyone goes through this process. And so by knowing this process and being able to serve in each one of these stages in a certain way, you're going to build a rapport and a relationship with your audience that's going to move them to the next stage and ultimately give you a competitive edge to win that business. Now, here's what happens. Before I explain the buyer's journey, here's what happens to most businesses. They're marketing primarily to everyone in what we call the decision stage. And so they're looking for that 3% of the market of people who are ready to buy right now. So those are people who use Google Ads. But when you're on Facebook, you're going to have people that in one of 2 stages, the awareness and consideration phase. So I'm going to explain each one to you right now. So the awareness phase is basically where people are unaware and are unaware of your program or your product, your service. And also they may be on social media. There's like over 2 billion people on social media, but they may be experiencing a symptom of a problem. But again, they're not there to buy. So how do you connect with them at that stage and speak directly to them to really pull them and attract them to you? Okay, so we'll talk about that. So remember, stage number 1 is awareness. People are having a symptom of a problem. Maybe they are unaware of your service, right, or your solution. But maybe they have an awareness that they do have a problem. Then, of course, once they have an awareness that they have a problem, what is the next thing that they do? Typically, they move to stage 2, right? So in my case, recently, one example that I gave is that recently I was having some stomach pains, right? And so I was on Facebook and I saw a video, and the video was about this whole concept called leaky gut. Now, I was trying to self-diagnose myself, but I was dealing with so much pain at the time because I was going through a stressful period in my life. I was looking for a solution, but I was looking, but I wasn't looking. And here's what I mean. I'm on social media. I'm having the symptom of a problem, right? but then I see this video that points to a potential solution and points to my problem. And the video, the copy of the video asks me a question, which is, are you having stomach pains? And I'll say, yes, that's me. Are you having any bloating? I said, yes, that's me. And so they drew me in by asking specific questions that really relates to some of the issues I was dealing with. So that's in the awareness phase. And so once I became aware of that potential solution, I went into consideration. And consideration is where, then prospects start to evaluate, right? They start to maybe go to Google, they start to look at the website, they're checking out reviews. They're going through this evaluation process to see if, this particular solution could work for them. They're reading blogs, they are watching more videos. And so you must know how to engage with people at this particular stage and serve them up the right type of information so that you move them to the last stage, which is ultimately the decision. And so last stage is the decision stage. And this is where, of course, prospects are ready to buy. So in this particular stage, you certainly want to be serving them up information to help them get off the fence. They've already done their consideration, they've done their due diligence, they've looked at your solution, they've compared it against other things. And so you want to make sure that you provide them now with the evidence to support them moving forward with you. And there's some specific ways in which you can do that, which we'll talk about momentarily. So that's the buyer's journey. So now I want to go into the 3-step Facebook video ads profits formula that will literally help you to start to engage with your audience at those 3 different levels, right? So again, the mistake that most businesses are making, or entrepreneurs or sales professionals are making with Facebook, is that they're trying to engage with a sale message when a lot of the prospects are not ready to buy yet. Okay, so the 3-step formula goes like this. Of course, you want to create a video. You want to amplify that video with Facebook advertising. So you create videos, and of course, we'll go into the type of videos in each stage that you need to create momentarily. Then you amplify that with Facebook advertising. So amplify means that you have a video on Facebook, and you basically are paying Facebook to promote that to a targeted group of people, right? So you want to identify who your target audience is, and you want to push that specific ad out to a specific target group. Once you have that video going and it's amplified with Facebook advertising, then you do the next thing. The next thing is you want to build a video views list of the people who watch the video. So one of the best ways to describe this is to think of an email list, right? If you were, let's say you went to an event, you hosted an event, and people had to register, let's say, as they were coming through the door. You were capturing their name, their address, their information. You're building a list of those people who came to your event, right? So the same thing happens here in Facebook. As people are watching those videos, Facebook has an opportunity to be able to, capture those views of people, the people who are watching those videos, and put them into a list. And there's a process that you can actually execute to be able to do that. And it's very, very powerful. And it really is what makes Facebook video and the Facebook ad platform using video a huge competitive advantage over things like running television commercials, right? Even using billboards. It's powerful because you're building a list. And what do we know about building a list? A list is the greatest asset that you have in your business. Okay, and so if you're not building a list right now, you certainly want to make sure you're doing that, whether it be an email list, a mobile text list, and or in this case, a video views list of everyone watching your videos on Facebook. And of course, the last step is to then retarget them. And you're going to use videos, of course, to retarget people who've already watched your previous videos. So you have to remember this statistic. 80% of all sales are made after the 5th to 12th contact. Let me say that again. 80% of all sales are made after the 5th to 12th contact or touch, right? It's very unlikely that the first time someone engages with you that they will purchase from you. And so in your marketing, you want to make sure that as you start to market yourself, that you are capturing people in some sort of database. And then secondly, you want to make sure that you're following up. Now, retargeting is the process in Facebook which allows you to be able to take someone who's already engaged with you, whether it be on your website or watched your videos, and you can literally run ads to those individuals, okay? So many of you may have experienced this where you've gone to Amazon.com or maybe gone on a website on the internet, and then you've gone to Facebook and all of a sudden you see these little ads like following you around, right? So these are what you call retargeting ads. And so in the process here, the 3-step process, Number one, you create the video and amplify it. You build that list and then you retarget. Why? Because you know that most of your customers won't buy the first time they see you and connect with you. They have to build a relationship with you. They have questions, they go to consideration, and then they purchase, right? So following up is absolutely essential. So that's the 3-step formula. But I want to share with you a specific example of a client that we work with and how we were able to execute exactly the steps that I'm sharing with you here, and how you can apply those steps in your business as well. So in step number 1, of course, that's awareness stage. How do you engage with your audience in the awareness stage? So depending on your company, your brand, your service, using how-to videos can be an effective way to engage with them in the awareness stage, right? So showing them something, teaching them something, right? Offering some value up front, not a sales message, but get out there in front of your audience, your target audience, with some information that's helpful. One of my coaches used to say, well, Darren, you need to focus on being an advocate for the success of your actual target audience. So think about that. Focus on being a success, an advocate for the success of your audience. So he didn't say focus on selling your audience, focus on being an advocate. An advocate means that you are someone of authority providing information to your audience to help them to make better decisions. And so things like how-to videos, right? In this example, we use what we call a generic information or specific product video, right? So depending on your niche, depending on your service, you can utilize different types of videos to connect with them in the awareness phase. And remember, in the awareness phase, you're not trying to sell, overly sell. You're just trying to really make them aware of a solution that you have, and you want to speak directly to the problem that they're dealing with. Here's an example. We have a client that basically provides a service called Cool Sculpting. Now, Cool Sculpting is a non-invasive procedure that gets rid of unwanted fat, in different areas that we have those little fat pockets that we want to get rid of, and they're stubborn, they don't want to leave. And no matter how much we work out and no matter how much we diet, they just don't want to leave, right? So this particular procedure actually provides a solution to those problems. And so this was a video that we actually used in the awareness phase. And as you can see, it says, watch how Cool Sculpting eliminates unwanted fat without surgery or downtime. So notice that we're speaking to, again, some of the problems that they're having, and we're also telling them without something. So maybe people want to get rid of the fat, but they don't want to do surgery. They don't want a lot of downtime, because typically liposuction, which is a typical solution for this, requires a lot of downtime, and of course it's surgery. So this is a new process that doesn't require that. And of course it says, discover why Dr. Oz calls this the new lunchtime procedure that can literally freeze fat away. So again, it supports this whole notion of, very short downtime or no downtime. Now we do have a call to action here, which of course leads them to an offer, but this is not the goal of our overall campaign. It's really to just build the video views. It's to get the awareness out there about this particular procedure. Notice we had about 31,000 people reach, 20,000 views here, and look at the number of shares, 53 shares, right? Now, why do you think that's relevant? Because the actual information, because we targeted the right people and put it in front of the right audience, this is kind of the result that you get. People say, wow, this is a fantastic solution. Let me share it with my friends and my family. I want them to know about this, right? Because I have this problem. I want to let everyone know about it. So that's a great indicator that your message is really connecting with the audience. So that's in the awareness stage, step number 1. So remember, we produce a video and we amplify it with Facebook ads. So that's what we did in this case, right? Now, step number 2, moving on, is when we said we collect the views, right? So Facebook allows you to build something called custom audience, right? And it's a video views list that you can build. Now, at the time, Facebook allowed you to only do 2 things. Number 1, video views, right, of those who viewed your video and those who actually completed your video. Today, we have levels where you can literally track people who watch your videos 25%, 50%, 75%, 95%. They've upgraded their platform where you have a lot more segmentation options. But in this case study, we only had 2 options, which is who viewed your video, which we had 13,900 people view it, and those who basically completed the video. So what's great about this particular list is these are people who are hot prospects. If they watch the whole video, they're saying something about themselves. They're saying, listen, we're interested in this service, right? So what do? ta-da, stage number 2. We knew that as soon as they saw this particular solution, what were they going to do? They're going to start to do some research. And we don't want to give that, give the competition traffic. We want to make sure we control that traffic, because typically someone will see a video on Facebook, they'll learn about a solution, then they'll go on Google, they'll start research it, they'll look to see if it's a scam, if it's a fad, who's saying great things or bad things about it. Let me check out the website. Let me see who's behind this. Let me ask some questions. Let me check with my neighbor, right? It just goes on and on. And so they're going through all these considerations. So what you want to do is you want to create another video and then retarget the people who watched the first video. So what we did in this case was we created a different video, but for you, you can create things like behind the scenes videos. You can answer commonly asked questions, right? And this is really powerful in the consideration phase, because at this stage, this is what most people are starting to do. They're starting to ask a bunch of questions to themselves, and they're reaching out to Google, and they're reaching out to their friends and trying to figure out, whoa, what's this procedure? How much does it cost? Does it hurt? Does it, all this information. So you want to think about some of the commonly asked questions that your customers are asking, so that you can layer, a video or a blog or whatever it is. In this case, it would be a video to answer those questions so that you move them to the next step, right? Now, one of the resources that I'd like to share with you, this is a game changer, is if you don't know, specifically what type of questions your audience is asking, then, go to answerthepublic.com. Okay, that's a free resource. And it's a website that literally aggregates all of the suggested searches that were done via Google and also Bing. So let's suppose in this case, we're talking about cool sculpting. Someone goes to cool sculpting and asks a question. If I go to answerthepublic.com and type in cool sculpting, guess what? It's going to pull all those questions that are being asked in real time from people across the web about cool sculpting. So that gives me the insight that I need. It literally gives me an unfair advantage in tapping into my customers or prospects' mind to understand exactly what they're asking. So I can phrase the questions in these videos in a way that speaks directly to what people are asking, right? Or at least anticipate what people will be asking. In this case, though, we already know that when it comes to medical procedures, behind the scenes is really, really going to provide a powerful justification and also evidence, right? People want to see, we're living in a reality TV era now, right? People want to kind of see what this thing is about. So giving people a window into the procedure. In this case, what we did was we had a patient video showing how the procedure was done. And so we show a behind the scenes look at one of our patients receiving cool sculpting to get rid of stubborn fat. Again, look at get rid of stubborn fat. That speaks to the pain point. We still have a call to action here. Learn more. Very, very soft. Nothing that's saying, hey, buy us now. And then, of course, we have 7,000 views here, 8,000 people. 7,000 people reach, 8,000 views here. Got a lot of people liking as well. Okay, so this video was actually retargeted to those people who watched the first video. Okay, makes sense? So that's why it's so powerful. And of course, what we do again is we talked about creating the video, amplify with Facebook, then capture the views. So we're capturing now the views of the people who watched the second video. So see what we're doing? We're going from the awareness phase and we're basically filtering and segmenting down to really trying to find those hot prospects, right? So if you watch the first video and then you saw this next video and you watched the whole of that video as well, that means you are really, really interested, right? You still may not buy now, but a large percentage of people at this stage have already known about you. They know about your solution. They've already been investigating. Maybe they've gone to your website. They are pretty hot prospects, right? So as you can see here, we've captured the people who watched the second video. And of course, it's a little bit less than the first one because we're trying to segment and narrow people down. It's like a funnel, right? At the top of the funnel, we have this large audience. And of course, as we narrow it down, getting people who are interested, the audience will be smaller. So we have 5,400 who actually viewed it. And then of course, we had 500 who completed. So now with this particular list right here, this 500, we want to go after those people really hard now. Why? Because we've already been exposed to them in the awareness phase. They've already seen the solution. They've watched the consideration video. Let's go ahead and make an offer to these people. And that's kind of the last step, right? The last step is all about helping them to make that decision, getting them off the fence, right? That's step 3. So in your case, what works here in the stage number 3 is testimonials, right? Before and after with a call to action. So showing evidence to support that, wow, you've already become aware you watched our videos and know you understand, you know, you've had all your questions answered, but let us show you, you know, hear from one of our clients that have really done the procedure with us, right? Providing that evidence supports them getting off the fence and moving forward. Because still people have fear, depending on your product or service, people still have fear, and fear is always going to be present. So you need to provide them with enough evidence to support them moving forward, right? This is also a great area to do Q&As, like Facebook Live videos, right? At this stage, maybe bringing someone on and doing an interview, or getting on yourself, right, as an owner, and just speaking directly to the audience and answering questions, having people come on and ask questions, and get them to feel like really they can connect with you, that you're not just a business, but you're a real human being looking to connect and build a relationship with them. And of course, at this stage, you've already earned the right now to make special offers, right? We wouldn't do this in the awareness phase, but in this phase, we certainly have earned the right to make a special offer. So we can go ahead and basically make special offers, first time offers, or maybe a free consultation if you're your coach or consultant, you know, that type of thing, right? But for here, in this particular case, we had the doc just come on and just speak directly to the audience and say, hey, listen, I'm going to answer a commonly asked question, which is, how do I know if I'm a good candidate for CoolSculpting, right? It's a big question that people ask. I mean, even in the awareness phase, yes, but we wanted to use that at the end of the stage because they've already seen the solution, problem solution video. They've seen us actually do the procedure to a client. And now we want to answer that question. How do you know? Well, this is a great question at this stage because the next thing we want to do is we want to drive them straight into our office to have them come in to do a consult to learn if they are a good candidate, right? So it supports this next step. So as you can see, we have tracking phone numbers here. We also make an offer as well. When they come in, mention this and you'll get 50% off CoolSculpting special. And so let me show you the results of this overall campaign that we've done. And we've done a number of different other campaigns as well that support the same type of process in different ways, different types of content, but the results and the steps that we're using here is all the same, right? So following this particular path will get you the results. So looking at the overall campaign results for this particular client, we had an ad spend at the time of $500 to really promote those 3 videos. And we had a total number of appointments. It was 5 based on the calls that she received. And she was able to acquire 3 patients out of it, okay? Lifetime value of the patient is about $3,000, right? Each cycle is about $500, $750. And of course, I think you have to do like 6 or 7 cycles. So it's right on average of $3,000. And so the total sales that she was able to receive from this campaign was $9,000. So very, very powerful. So I want to show you again the step-by-step process that supports, of course, the philosophy, the online principle of the buyer's journey, and how do you connect and engage with those prospects in a way that moves them along their journey, right? And you know, people ask us all the time, what does SMART mean? SMART stands for strategic marketing at the right time, and it's all about having a strategy and speaking to your audience at the right time. The right time meaning what stage are they in? Are they in the awareness stage? Or are they in the consideration, in the decision stage? And the way you engage with them at those levels will help you to have great success. So, so as we close, just want to recap, you know, in terms of what we need to do to have success in this 3 simple step formula for attract, convert, and close. So number 1, of course, you want to create magnetic videos. And magnetic videos for me are videos, again, that serve to sell. They're focused primarily on, you know, your audience and not on you, right? Trying to sell them. You're focused on providing a solution to a problem. Those are what we call magnetic videos. And of course, you want to amplify those videos with targeted Facebook ads, right? Very, very powerful. I mean, it's not enough to just post content on the Facebook pages anymore, because as you guys may be aware, Facebook just changed their algorithm, and they've been doing it for the past couple of years now, where the reach, the organic reach, is simply going down. So Facebook now is a pay-to-play environment. It's always really been, but for you to have success in terms of reaching out to a new audience and, you know, building a community, and then of course getting to nurture that community, and then of course turning those people into sales, you got to use Facebook ads. There's no question about that. And then of course creating a list of video views. In this case, video views are what we're using to be able to retarget. And of course, next step is to run a retargeting ad to those video views lists, right? 80% of all sales are made after the 5th to 12th contact. So you want to make sure that you're staying top of mind with your audience so that you can eventually close them. Because now remember, not everyone is ready to purchase right now. And so you want to stay engaged with them until that pain point is so strong that they say, you know what, I got to call this business. I can't take this anymore. Right? So that's the overall goal. Then rinse and repeat, okay? So once you start the process and you develop a list, there are ways to be able to look at that list and analyze that list and find new people that look exactly like the people who've already engaged with you. And that's a little bit more advanced. And that's, of course, in my upcoming trainings that you can get access to. But right now, I know many of you may be asking, okay, you know what? How can I learn how to be able to create those video views lists? I understand the concept, Darian. I get it. I totally understand that I need to connect with, my prospects and my potential leads in the different phases. And maybe this is finally coming together for you, and you're finally seeing that the reason why you weren't having success with Facebook ads. So what I want to do is share with you an opportunity where you can actually get that. You can get a video. It's a free video where I literally walk you step by step how to create what we call a custom audience or video views list. So if you already have been creating videos that you have on your Facebook page, or you're ready to start creating videos, and you're going to want to learn how to create those lists, right? What I want you to do is to text this this keyword FB video to 48421. So it's like sending a text. Like the phone number is actually 48421, and the message is FB video. Now, you want to make sure that the FB and video are together. You don't want to separate them, because sometimes with the phones, they try to separate the FB and the video, right? So you want to make sure that you go ahead and separate, keep those together, and then go ahead and text it to this number. So this is the phone number here. So what will happen is, let me share with you. Once you send that text in, you'll get a link back that you click on, and they'll take you to a page. All you have to do is just enter your information, your name and email address, and you'll get instant access to the video where I literally walk you through step by step. It's almost like you're behind me looking over my shoulder, and I'm walking you through step by step. Click here, do that, do here, hit this, change this, right? Here's how you name it. I'm walking you through step by step how to do that. So go ahead and send that text in right now, okay? Or take a screenshot of this so you have this for later. And I'll leave this on here for just a couple of seconds here so you can capture that. But I want to go ahead and open it up for any questions that you guys may have at this point, and be able to provide some coaching for you. So if there's any questions that you have, be sure to go ahead and ask that. One of the questions that we do get asked is if there's going to be a replay. So yes, absolutely. If you are coming in a little late and you missed the early parts of the presentation, we'll have a replay for you, no problem. We'll get that sent out to you. So we do have a chat section here. So we'll open it up for Q&A, and I'll just wait a couple of seconds here and see if anyone has any questions. There is a Q&A chat section here. It should be below on the Zoom system. So go ahead and send your questions in, and I look forward to answering those. So I'm going to go ahead and move the next slide. So hopefully you've captured this FB video to 48421. And what you want, you'll be receiving the video where I'll show you step by step how to build that video views list. And other benefit of being on the list too is that I'll be sharing some specific strategies of how to target your audience. So beyond just our initial talk tonight, of course, we'll be sharing some details about how to target more effectively, how to make sure that you're using the right type of ad campaigns and type of ads that work effectively, retargeting, how to scale your campaign to find new people based on the people who've already engaged with you. I mean, there's so much that you can do. So you definitely want to get on the list so I can share with you some additional details of ways to be effective with Facebook. So if there's no questions at this point, we'll go ahead and close the webinar. And I want to thank each one of you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you've walked away with some sort of nugget, some tips, some action item that you can take today. The Answer the Public is a great resource, so you want to go ahead and use that. I mean, test it out, right now. Type it into Google and then just put in a keyword or put in a phrase and see what comes back. You'll be amazed at the level of detail and information that's available to you to put you in a position to really speak directly to your audience. So again, if there's no additional questions, I'll go ahead and close out the webinar. I want to thank each one of you again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my upcoming communication and my next webinar. So anyway, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.